Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sanya, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieve the 2-stitch braids on my client. As you can see, he has a lot of hair, but I'm used to it because he's one of my OG clients. I've been doing his hair for quite some time now, so I've gotten used to how to manipulate or maneuver his hair to get it to where I want it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when he walked through the door with his hair all poofed out the way it was, I was a little surprised and intimidated because I'm used to his hair being moisturized and ready for braiding. When he walked through the door, the first thing I said to him, without even hi, how are you? Oh my gosh, what happened to your hair? I was that surprised, but he had mentioned that he had washed it in the morning and he had just been wearing it out like that because he had to go to work. So that's why it was like that. He is usually pretty good at having his hair really moisturized and ready for his braids. Usually all I have to do is just blow it out and get started on the braids. But this time around, as you can see, it was quite tangled because it was left out in the wind and the cold all day. So it was quite dry, and so I had to go through and comb through it first before I started blowing it out. You probably all are wondering, why am I not using a proper comb or brush to comb through his hair? But as I had mentioned before, I've been doing his hair for quite some time, so I kind of know how to manipulate or manage his hair. He usually comes with a brush. He has a specific brush that he uses for detangling, but he didn't have it. He hasn't brought it with him for quite some time. So what I normally do is I usually use the end of my blow dry comb to comb through his hair before blowing it out to prevent or minimize any breakage. The combs that I usually keep with me, they are either too big, too small. The blow dry comb honestly just works better. I've used detangling combs, I've used detangling brushes, I've used regular combs, you name it. I've tried them all, and I just find that this blow dry comb works better for his hair, and so I stuck with using that one. Now that I've finished with detangling his hair and blowing it out, I'm going to move on to the fun part, getting the braids started. This for me is my favorite part. I really enjoy doing some stitch braids. As you can see here now, I am going through the process of making sure I have that perfect center part. I spend whatever time is necessary to make sure that that center part is centered, because it doesn't make sense for your braids to be on fire but your section is all over the place. So I always spend my time to make sure that my sections are done to the best of my ability, whether it's stitch braids, box braids, twists, whatever I'm doing. For the stitch braids particularly, especially his, I take my time. And I also take my time to mold the hair before I get started on the actual braids. He has a lot of hair, so molding is very important. I don't want to have to stop midway through my braids just to add more gel or to mold it properly. So I make sure I get as much molding done before I start my first braid. Here you can see I'm just taking my time. As I said again, this is the fun part for me, just to see how the braids come together. I love it. You will never hear me complain about having too many stitch braids to do. That's how much I enjoy doing it. One thing I want to point out to you guys as well is, if you notice when I was molding his hair, I only put enough gel so I can braid it properly. I never add product to the ends of his hair until I'm doing that braid out at the end. So that's why his hair is still looking so poofy while I'm going through it, because I only do products at the molding phase. I never add gel or any kind of product to it while I'm going through it. And his hair takes the gel very well. I don't usually add any other product to his hair. I usually just use one gel and it takes care of everything. It comes out perfectly. It doesn't leave any residue. He has no issues with it. It lasts him for quite some time. So that is another reason why I leave the ends of his hair. So now I'm just going to the other side, finishing off the second braid before I do the braid outs. I'm not gonna lie, whenever we have an appointment, we talk about all sorts of shit. We talk about everything from politics to you name it. But without giving away too much information, all my appointments are like that. You know, we always have good conversations. There's always a good vibe at the salon, whether you do morning, afternoon, or evening appointments. There's always a good vibe at the salon. So if you guys are in the Scarborough area and you want to get a braid up, stop by. So now we're getting close to the finish line. As you can see, once we pull out that mousse, it means we are done. So I finished his 2 braids. I've done the braid out. And now we're just going to add some finishing touches to it. I always use the Shine and Jam mousse for this part of the process. It usually works for me, so I just stuck with it. So now I'm just applying these to his hair so I can start applying the heat. And this usually takes me like 5 minutes, because my blow dryer is really hot. So when, depending on the time of day or how many clients I have, I would put the person under the dryer, or I would use a blow dryer. When you put them under the dryer, it comes out much, much better. But a lot of the times my clients prefer me using the blow dryer because it means they don't have to sit and spend time under the dryer. And now this is it, guys. This is the final look. Look at that. Look at that gorgeousness. I don't know about you guys, but I can do stitch braids all day. If you're a hairstylist, then you know what I mean. Just the transformation of the hair, just the starting and the finishing and just seeing how it all comes together. I love it. Almost as much as I love doing box braids or knotless braids. In case you guys are wondering what products I used the Shine and Jam gel in the yellow container, the Shine and Jam mousse, and the olive oil hairspray. I don't know about you guys, but my customers love the smell of that olive oil. You didn't see me adding it in the video, and that's because I had forgotten. But my client reminded me as usual because he loves the smell of that. Anyways, guys, this is the end of my video. Stay tuned to my channel for other videos. I have a couple more videos I'll be posting this week, so stick around. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe for more, and stay safe, you guys.